Alright, me babbers, Bristolian Dave back again, and it is that time of the week where I give you an update on my weight loss journey. So this is going to be week number 5 complete. So like I said, guys, this is week number 5. I've been on the Mounjaro 2.5 jab for 5 full weeks. So this is my first full week of my second pen. And I've just taken my second jab of that pen this morning. So how's the week been? Food-wise, more of the same. I'm still high protein, increasing that fiber all the time, and I am between 1600 and 1900 calories. I find it depends on what I eat to well, obviously it depends on what I eat to what calories comes through, but I find it depends on how much basically the higher protein days I tend to eat less calories. So if I had a good amount of chicken breast or something like that, as opposed to having some carbs, so you know, it makes sense. No side effects again, which is brilliant. Perfect. I hope that carries on. I'll be honest, my water intake is still not good enough, if I'm honest. I need to up that. So that is something I will be doing. So increasing, you see I have a big bottle here. And yeah, I think that's might have been one of the reasons I felt slightly more hungry yesterday, but I still stuck to everything. Well, no problems. But I just felt that slight little bit more hungry, which, you know, I'm expecting to happen from points, and it was literally 12 hours before my next jab, so that's understandable. But yeah, I think if I increase my water intake again, get it back up to where it should be, you know, roughly about 3 liters a day, then that should hopefully go away, fingers crossed. And yeah, like I said, things have been going well. I've got no complaints at all. I've been eating a variety of protein sources, so we've got like obviously your man-made protein, so to speak, like your processed foods, so like things like protein bars. Misfits is fantastic. They're the ones I'm eating, and they're the best protein bars I've had. I'm not sponsored, but you know, if the owners of Misfits watch this, you know, feel free to reach out, guys. I'm spending money every month on those. No, I'm kidding, but they are really, really good. And chicken breast is like my go-to. I think it's really, really important to have a go-to meal. For me, it's literally chicken breast with some seasonings on, in a wrap with a little bit of reduced fat salad cream. That is like my go-to. I could eat that every day. I don't eat it every day, but I'd say I probably have it about 3 times a week, because it's something very easy, something very quick, something I don't have to worry about too much calorie-wise, because all I do, you record the calories down and the amount of chicken, your tortilla wrap, and your sauce. And that's it. The spices are negligible because I use things like garlic granules, onion granules, sweet paprika, and a bit of salt. And it works a charm. I don't use any oils because I got good pans. So I don't need to use any oil on it. So it's essentially dry fried, but it still comes out succulent, because you've got to know how to cook your chicken, guys. You've got to keep it nice and moist, but not raw. Yeah, so it's very, very, very important to have a go-to meal, because if all else fails, as long as you've got your go-to meal ingredients right there, then you've always got something to fall back on as well. So I really stress that. In regards to other protein sources, prawns, I'm eating more fish, like salmon as well. Some good, actually some good fats in that, and the omega-3 as well. So yeah, things are going well. I'll be honest, I had some chips, but they were frozen fries. So when I went to Costco, and they had a big bag of frozen fries, I looked at the calorie content. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. So what I did is I cooked them up in the oven. I literally used 5 sprays of the 1 calorie spray, you know, the fry light or whatever it is. So again, that's negligible to how many calories is there. But they came out really nice out of the oven. And I was like, okay, so this is a way I could eat something you would class as naughty, but if I'm fancying like some chips, like today's meal, for example, on Sunday, I bought some lightly dusted haddock fillets, and I'm going to have those with some oven cooked chips. The chips gets weighed out, everything gets weighed out, and so it's within a calorie intake. That meal will probably come to about 600 calories roughly, which for me is perfect because that's roughly what I work on in each meal. So so you can have that sort of thing, but you still need to overall have a good general nutrition of the things you put in your mouth. I've been upping my berries as well. I'm finding, it's really annoying, I'm finding fruits aren't lasting very long. And there is only so many berries I can consume at once. So I've had to cut back on the amount of variety I'm buying. So like, for example, I had like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, but I couldn't eat it all quick enough. So now this week it's just strawberries and we've got blackberries. And then maybe next week I'll change it up a little bit. Tried watermelon because that's essentially just water. Didn't like it. So there's a taste in it. It didn't quite sit right with me. I don't know what it was, because it's supposed to be just like water with a little bit of sweetness technically, but like, no, there was something in it. I don't know. The taste just didn't sit with me. So I've been that off. What else? Yeah, that's about it food wise. So I'm going into next week. So next week I am 3 days in work and then my time off starts. And as I said to you last week, I'm going to try and start to actually move about a bit more. So I'm going to be going on a couple of walks. So you know my knee does with that, because the lost weight has definitely helped in terms of the knee pain. It's still there, it's still quite prevalent, but it's definitely not quite as bad as it was. So I'm just building up slowly on that. I'm going to be checking out a couple of gyms. I'll take a tour and do like a session, see how it feels. Because like a gym environment for me, it just needs to feel right. And I'm going to go for the like weightlifting. So building muscle. So if I build a little bit of muscle, which I will, like obviously from first few times going to the gym, you will build a bit, even though I'm in a deficit. It'll help me burn a couple more calories. Not a lot, but you know, more muscle does burn more calories. It's not like a significant amount unless you pack on a ton of muscle, but it's enough, you know. And obviously getting stronger is always a bonus. And the cardio will come from the walking as I build that up, build up the intensity. So yeah, I've got a plan moving forward as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how that goes. It is my birthday so after my next update, then it'll be my birthday week. So that'll be interesting because this will be my first birthday where I'm actually, you know, eating well. I would normally have a takeaway, rather large takeaway, plus birthday cake after. So people are asking me what I want to do for my birthday, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I got to figure it out because it's very different this year. I'm like, well, you guys could still have a takeaway and then I'll just have something else, like something that I usually eat. And they're like, no, we can't do that. That's not fair. And I'm like, that's fine. You know, it's fine. But I appreciate the support either way. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so let's get to the weigh-in. And if you've made it this far, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've had a flooding of support, a load of new subscribers. But apparently like 75% of people that watch my channel still aren't subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content, you want to see more health content, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and like the video. All right. I will be doing some more of my traditional content with my Blu-ray updates and stuff. So because there is going to be a bit of a mix of content on this channel, watch what you like. So you subscribe, but if you're not into the health stuff, you don't have to watch it. You're not into the Blu-ray stuff, you don't have to watch it, but it will be there for those that do, because obviously I'm a complicated guy and I got a lot of hobbies and a lot of things I like to do, and I like to share that with you. So it gives you the options, doesn't it, guys? Weigh in. So last week, let's have a look. So I've written this down. So last week I was, so in kilos first, I was 205.6 kilos. This week I was 204.2. So that's a loss of 1.4 kilos, which translates 3 pound loss. So I've dropped from 32 stone, 5 pounds to 32 stone, 2 pounds, which It's fantastic. I'm over the moon with that. It's a total loss so far of within 5 weeks of 1 stone and 12 pounds or 11.7 kilos. Yeah, like I said, I'm super happy with that. I wasn't sure about this week. I thought it was going to be around 2 pounds. Not because of the food I've eaten's changed. That's all the same, like I said. But because I know at some point there's going to be like almost like a plateau where some of the weight I would have lost would have been things like water weight. It would have been things like fluid, especially like in the legs, for example, things like that. So I was waiting for sort of like a little bit of a plateau, maybe about 2 pounds a week. So I went and I checked on TDE to see what my maintenance should be. So sedentary lifestyle. I've rounded it down, but about 3,600 calories a day to maintain my weight. So roughly about 25,000 a week. So I put the upper limit of what I'm eating, 1,900. So my deficit is about 1,700 calories. So weekly about 11,700 for the week. So that should equate to roughly 3 pounds, because it's not exact, but it's roughly you need to burn about 3,500 calories to lose a pound of weight. Which, you know, there is a lot of factors in that as well. But if everything was absolutely perfect, that's roughly what it would equate to. So if I can manage 2 to 3 pound loss each week at the moment, that'd be fantastic. It'll change and get different as I lose weight, because obviously the more weight I lose, the lower my TDEE, my maintenance calories will be, and then you just readjust from there. But yeah, 2 to 3 pounds purely on food, it's fantastic. Once I start adding in that physical exercise as well, hopefully, touch wood, guaranteed 2 to 3 pounds a week, maybe more on a heavier exercising week. I know with the exercise will come things like potentially fluid buildup, water retention, things like that, especially because I'm a larger guy. But you know, it factors in. But the main thing is consistency. As long as I know the food that's going in my mouth is controlled, I know exactly how much I'm eating, there's not going to be a problem there. Consistency is key. And I know I'm sounding like I'm talking like I'm a really knowledgeable, fit person. I've researched this stuff a lot over the last 20 years because obviously I've always had problems with the weight. But it's nice to know that the science works, you know, at least for me anyway. But yeah, let me know how any of you are doing as well, because I did have some people pop up in my comments, which I appreciate, say they've just popped on this, or someone they know has just gone on it, or like they've let me know how much weight they've lost on it, which is great. Like, seriously, well done, guys. Everyone's got their own journey, and there is so much that you need to go through to sort yourself out of this. Main thing is sorting that food out. Get the calories, weigh it all, stick to the good foods, and you'll be all right. Remember, I'm not any kind of expert. This is purely from my point of view. But yeah, so yeah, good loss, guys. Good loss. And there were 3 pounds down. So if I can lose 2 more pounds in this next week, I would have hit 2 stone, and I would hit 32 stone in weight for my birthday, which would be fantastic. And that is my aim, all right, for this next week. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Like I said, thank you very much for watching the video if you've come this far. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate all the support in the comments. Feel free, chat all you want in the comments, guys. Like the video, all right, if you appreciate this kind of content, and also you want to support me on my journey. And subscribe to the channel, guys. Like I said, health content, that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to be bringing back some of my physical media content as well. So that'll be coming back too. There may be stuff on trading cards in the future. I might do a separate channel for that. I haven't decided fully yet. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming, guys. So I'm now blabbering, so I will leave you there. Thank you very much, and I will see you very, very soon. Cheers, me babbers.